As all of you know, Warner Brothers and DC are bringing us the Superman-Batman film in the summer of 2015. It had been assumed that the film was going to shoot in Vancouver, Canada, but in the Michigan Film Office has just announced that the film, at least a significant portion of it, will be shooting in and around Detroit. In an official press release, the film office revealed the following particulars. The as yet untitled feature film was awarded an incentive of $35 million on $131 million of projected in-state expenditures. The production is expected to hire 406 Michigan workers with a full-time equivalent of 426 jobs, plus an additional 6,000 man-days of extra work. The production anticipates using approximately 500 local Michigan vendors during the course of production and spending $5.1 million on local hotels, as well as an additional $3.5 million in out-of-town cast and crew per diem payments that will be spent in the local economy, but which fall outside of the incentive program. John, buy or sell Superman Batman shooting in Michigan?
I buy this. I really do. Now, I'm a little disappointed, obviously, being Canadian, that they're not going up to Vancouver to shoot it, sure. But you know what? Here's the thing, and this is a little bit of a personal note of mine. I have an actress friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine. Her name's Erin Cummings, and she was in, like, Bitch Slap, and she was in... she's been in a lot of TV shows, including the most recent show that was on air, Detroit 187. And so she obviously had to move to Detroit for shooting that show, where she really developed an affection for it. And let's face it, Detroit is often the butt of a lot of jokes because of the current situation it finds itself in. That has been in for a little while. So she started a charity there called Mittens for Detroit. It's really cool. I highly encourage that you look it up and see what they're doing there or stuff like that. But if you're going to talk about a community in the States that could really use an influx with something like this is great. You know, John Schnepp was joking on this show a while ago, talking about like big disaster movies, and he was just like, shoot it in Detroit. You can blow up city blocks for $100. It doesn't matter. But I mean, realistically, you can go into Detroit and probably shoot pretty cheaply there. And the fact of the matter is, look, 6,000 man days of work, $5.1 million just in hotel things, $135 million being injected in the local economy, 500 jobs, all this kind of stuff. It's always really nice when you hear about productions like this going into towns and cities like Detroit and that area of Michigan and around there to shoot these things because it benefits everybody. So yeah, for me, it's really a buy. What do you think, Amy Rose?
Now, John, I'm happy to stay and stay if you want to give me just a little chunk of that $35 million incentive. Come on. Please stay and stay. We'll give you $35 more million for that. I mean, that seems like a no-brainer to me. Not only is it going to just help make the production better and on, a greater scale, but it's also cool that they are shooting on our soil. And not to mention, I went to Detroit for the first time. I guess it was a couple months at this point for the Need for Speed set visit, and it really it has everything. I mean, it has the grungy city vibe in places. It has the very beautiful, lush area. It has everything. So I really do think they'll be able to accomplish everything they need to there. And yeah, I mean, like you're saying, I mean, if any part of our country is going to need an influx, I mean, I'm happy that it's going to be there. And yeah, why not? I think that the team behind this is going to make it amazing wherever they shoot. So add $35 more million to the budget, and it just increases our shots of just having the best effects, the best everything. So I'm excited.
All right.
So many things are going to Detroit now. The new AMC show, Low Winter Sun, is also filmed in Detroit. And watching that show and seeing the scenery that they're using, I can totally picture the new Man of Steel being there. So it's exciting.
Love that Mark Strong.
Mm-hmm.